everybody, and welcome back to Break Time Conversations, a YouTube channel where I have conversations around education. I have been a teacher all my life, and education fascinates me. And along this journey of mine, I have met so many interesting and inspiring people, which made me start this YouTube channel so that I can document my conversations with them here, so that you too can hear their stories and the amazing work that they do. I'm here today with Sumana Dutta. She is the founder, executive director of Akshadhaaa Foundation, which has been working for the last 9 years towards the rehabilitation for population with autism and intellectual disabilities from the age group of 3 years to 18 and above. And they provide therapeutic intervention, comprehensive school programs, and vocational skill trainings. This sounds so interesting, Sumana. I want to thank you for being here and for sharing your journey and your experiences with us. So, I'd like to start off this conversation by asking you how you got started and how you got into this very interesting field.
Yes, thank you, Anupa. Thank you for the warm welcome, and it is really nice talking to you, being on your channel. And I wish all the best with your journey, the way you are connecting people and bringing them on your platform is really wonderful. And I would like to little correct. Yes, we have completed 10th year this March, so we have completed 10th, and this is now 10th plus year for us, and the journey is definitely exciting. Being from an IT field, okay, I was an IT professional 15 years before, so now I am into this field of special education or working with the children with special needs last 15 years. This organization is established in 2012, and of course the journey started, I always tell that my passion started being a parent when my daughter got diagnosed at the age of 3.5 years with learning disability and hyperactivity, which is called ADHD. So that was a time where I was really looking for solutions, looking for answers, how I can work with my daughter, how I can help her or understand her challenges in a better way. So being in education is, being in the field, because even though I was in IT, I was an IT faculty. So I always the education being training, okay, people was always from the beginning of the career. So I thought this is a good way I can understand the horizon of children with learning challenges if I give a deep dive. So I should go for more studies, and that will give me the understanding in depth instead of just looking for a quick, patch solutions. And that is the way I have entered into this field. I did my masters in inclusion and special needs from University of Northampton. I am also a certified licensed special educator from Rehabilitation Council of India. I'm also an arts-based therapist. So this along while I was working as a consultant after being a special educator from RCI, during that time there are certain, and then I did my arts based therapy and my perspective changes. So I was more into that, how I can bring a culmination with a conventional therapy mood, as well as adding on the different modalities, a different approach towards learning, so which is more of experiential learning, sensorial learning. As being in Montessori field, you know what we call it, when it comes to sensorial materials. And along with that, how we can add different elements of audiovisual, voice, music, okay, body movement, and these are all therapeutic. So that is the time where I thought, okay, can I start doing something of my own? And it started like that. I was working just as a special, as an individual professional. Then 2000, after a year, I thought, no, it has to come under an umbrella. So organization is very, very important. This gives us stability. More than myself as a professional, as an individual, the organization has the capacity, will have the bandwidth to bring more number of professionals, more opportunities for these children. And when I stand here today and see 10 years back, how the journey was, definitely it was, a lot of when I say that, lot of stress, a lot of nights where you didn't sleep and you worked towards it, you write on projects and you tried to bring your thought on paper. So there are a lot of blood and sweat gone behind it. I remember initial days where I was completely day and night with work, because we have a very limited manpower and you need to do and you want to do some good work. And that is the way journey started. And now we have our two units of Akshada. One is the junior section, we call it. So there are the children from the age 2 years onwards, where they are having a multidisciplinary therapy approach, like speech therapists, special educator, occupational therapist, physiotherapist, the needs of the children at the very young age to give higher stimulation. Starts with that. We are also running a special school, and we're having the seniors building, senior section, where there are children who are also studying in IOS, that is open school curriculum, preparing for that. And there are certain vocational courses. Okay, so certain livelihood projects we are also working, which is in the field of IT, building data entry, proofreaders, and then visual graphics. At the same time, the students who are not who cannot go with IT, or they have a less reading and writing and comprehension ability. They go with more handcrafted items, so candles, then paper products making, different kinds of paper products, and jewelry making. So these are garden horticulture, that potted live plants making. These are the areas the vocational training is happening, and certain courses, certification courses like retail management. Okay, this is also running right now this year. So this is the journey where the we are trying to build a, a whole cycle complete, the whole circle complete for our children. So where we are saying that Akshada Foundation is catering from the age of 2 and 2.5 years, when the children are getting diagnosed, what to be done. Parents are, they want, what kind of solution can be. We are also having a school program. We are giving a vocational livelihood training. And then now what project we already have started, that is Akshada Assisted Living project. So this is a different, definitely, this Akshadha assisted living has a huge scope to do, because whenever you meet a parent or you talk to any forum, the parents come with that question, that what about us? So it is not only asking questions, not only looking for the gaps or the solution where I can put my child, but the thought of Akshada assisted living came that the parents got together. They built that forum, they built that organization, which is Akshada assisted living. And they are going to take it up to the next level, where the campus is going to hold uh, 50 to 75 number of adult individuals with different special needs conditions. And they are going to have their life engagement, their therapy and education, their health needs, as well as their, their leisure, how their days are going to be. Okay. And this is going to be our, you can say, my project, my last project of my life, because this is a huge project. Okay, it has a lot of potential to create, and we are trying to see in such a way that it should be a replicable model, so that once we establish with all the parameters, the concerns parent have, like whether safety, security, right, girls, boys, their needs, individual needs, how it can be a better solution. Of course, we cannot get 100 out of 100, it is impossible, right? But you know that you are able to cater maximum needs. And if that can be a replicable model, we know that need is every part of India. Okay, every part of the country there is a need. We want that parents should come forward, take the know-how, build their own, form their own group, and they should start, creating that, because this is the need of the hour. If you see the number of parents who are looking for solutions and the facilities available now, right now, it's very, very low. So that is a final and future project which I'm really excited about.
That is amazing. I can't believe that you started in some other field and you're now in a field and doing so much. I really love, what you said about you would like to complete the cycle of the child. That's beautiful. And I like how you kept saying assisted living. I really like that term and that you're also looking for the leisure of the children. That's beautiful. So, Sumana, something like totally away from what you've just spoken about. You said that your journey started as a parent when your child was diagnosed at the age of 3.5. I'd really like to ask you now, if you're okay with it, how did you feel as a parent at that time? Hearing this news, and you were not even in the field, and you were in a completely different field. So, what were the feelings that you went through at that time?
Yes, and this that was a time where I was, now my daughter is 18 years, so I'm talking about the year of 2004, and that time I was basically, I'm a Bengali, so I was in Calcutta that year when she got diagnosed, and then after 3 years I moved to Bangalore. So that was a time where I was looking for all solutions. I was looking for answers, and looking for that someone who can guide me the right direction. You are meeting doctors, there are two doctors where you are getting two different hypotheses. You don't know which one to go ahead, which one to stick to, and there's no hands-on solution. So today, when I meet my parents or I counsel them, I always keep the target that how we can make the parents the co-therapist, because not a single magic. Again, I say the parents, all the parents, don't expect any magic happening closing the door in the therapy room. It is not possible to bring that magic, that miracle in 40 minutes of a session if that is not sustained or continued in different environments. Different environment means whether there's a therapy environment as well as the home environment, as well as the school or wherever the child is going. So that structured approach is very, very important. Parents need to know where they have to step in, where they have to put effort. So if you can't take the parents as a co-therapist, you will not get their trust. Along with the trust, this is very important that they keep themselves positive every time, because that news gets shattered. Okay, your child's speech is delayed, not learning in the way the child is supposed to learn. You try to compare with other kids that age, and you frustrate yourself. You bring lots of negativity within, and trust me, the children get those vibes, and you see a much more complexity because you are already full of negativity. And you think, why my child is again doing further and it is getting increasing further. So how they can maintain their positivity, how the father and mother, the spouse together can work as a team. Many cases we see that the family fight, okay, the broken family, many a time because of the child becomes a reason. How we can keep them together, because a child with special needs, they need father and mothers, because father brings different flavor, mother brings different flavor. It is so important to have that balance in life. So if we can't hold them, we know that in the long run, it is not going to help them to make themselves first strong, happy, seeing the positivity and work with the child. So it is again how you build the ecosystem. You cannot only work with the child and expect that your great difference is going to come. So
Yeah.
that's the way I take it.
That's amazing. I think since you've gone through it, you're able to really help the parents who are facing these
Yes,
challenges,
yes,
right?
yes. And
Yeah.
these many years meeting different families, different perspectives. And in India, we are in the joint families also. So again, along with your parents, maybe parents understood, parents realized, they failed to explain to their extended family, in-laws, or their cousins. So how you groom them so that they can take up the advocacy. They can make your people understand the child and take it ahead. So that is also very, very important.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that advice for parents as well, because I think everyone's looking for that magic, right? That something to click and for everything to change.
Quick fix.
Yes, a quick fix. Yes, we live in a world of quick fixes, right? And the, they say instant coffee, instant noodles, so they want an instant remedy as well. So, yeah, thank you for
Correct.
sharing that piece of advice for parents. So, Sumana, as we come to the end of our conversation, I just wanted to ask you, and this is just for you alone. Like you're a woman with amazing vision and you have so many projects going, and plus you have your family and your daughter and everything. So, how do you, as a professional, as a parent, as a woman, how do you handle all the pressures that you're facing? How do you keep yourself grounded?
Okay, so definitely, I consider the resource, the people around me, the people who are working in my organization. I consider them as my family, and they also resonate the same. I consider Akshadha, though it has grown 10 years old, we have 30 professionals working. We try to keep it, a lot of activities where the bonding remains, and we are a big family. We celebrate, small occasions, even the birthdays of each and every individual, and that includes our caretaker, like the gatekeeper also. We do that. So because this is so important to have a sense of equality. Number two, you have to have a very good life partner, which is, of course, I always feel that it is someone whom you can bounce. When I am talking about my husband, he understands me, the way he reciprocates, the way he takes the vision along with me. I think that is very important to a partner who understands, who gives that space and understand the work pressure, and try to embrace and share the responsibility along with you. So this is, we are 26 years together, and we understand. We have seen a lot of ups and downs, but then uh, now we understand each other like mirrors. So I think that is the biggest strength, which I always say every place is when the people ask me. And of course, my daughter, and take it. We take out time, weekends. We love to see movies. My daughter, together with three of us, want to go for movies and outing, eating in restaurant. So having this, travel, we all three love traveling. So these elements are also very important along with your work. Otherwise, you know that if this balance is very, very important. Yeah. And me and my husband both look up to our daughter because she's our one child, only child, which is a human being. And actually is my second daughter. I always tell everyone. So I have two daughters, one Ashani and second is Akshadhaaa.
That's lovely. So, Mana, thank you so much. This has been a power-packed conversation. You've given us so much of information, so much of advice, and also spoken about the importance of a work-life balance. And thank you so much, and all the best with Akshada Foundation and all the so many plans that you have. All the best
Thank
with
you.
everything.
Thank you, Anupa, and wish you to come here, visit our places,
Definitely.
and would love to, meet you. And
Yes.
it is wonderful time we spend together.
Thanks, Sumana. Thank you, and I will visit you soon.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, bye bye.
Okay, Anupa, bye.